Goalkeepers, nervous strikers, they'll deliver. Crowd roars erupted, you can feel the quake. 80,000 voices.
In today's video, we'll talk about 3 players that have received call-ups to the Nigerian national teams. Now, the first 2 received call-ups to the Nigerian under-20 side. They'll be playing in the AFCON, and I think they may play in the friendly organized by the NFF against Egypt. So it's a 2-legged friendly, so one on the 25th of February and the 27th of February. Now, one is Abube Onuchukwu. I think he used to play for Chelsea at the age grade level, and then he's now Aston Villa. Now he's gone to Ipswich Town, and he's been playing well for them. He's a central midfielder. And we have Dunelm that is signed by Bolton. It's on the books of Bolton, but it's on loan to Chelle. So these 2 players have been invited. Dunelm is an attacking midfielder, so that's good news in my opinion. And let's see how they do. Hopefully this news is real, is true, is correct, but I've seen it from different media outlets, so hopefully it is true. So I think this is very, very good, especially off the back of, at least we got the news, and I said it on this video, that Abube Onuchukwu actually chose to play for Nigerian Super Eagles. So I mean, just to play for Nigeria, switch his national team allegiance to play for Nigeria. So hopefully he gets some game time, and we take advantage of that, because sometimes you see, and we talk about getting players, convincing players to play for Nigerian Super Eagles or play for a Nigerian national team, which for me, I accept, I see it as a thing that should be done, because when you have dual nationals, you have other countries competing for their attention, competing for their services, competing for their allegiances. So you have to try to convince these players if they are indeed good enough, But ever so often, when you get those players that of their own volition decide that, oh, I want to play for Nigeria, I want to play for Ghana, depending on your country, you should take those ones seriously as well. Because don't take for granted that you haven't had to convince them, because sometimes we hear this narrative, oh, this one that England isn't trying to call him up, are you sure it's good enough? Or this one that he decided to come to Nigeria, is it because he's been abandoned by England, or he's not been called up by England? I think players that do that should be appreciated as well. So for me, that's very, very good news in my opinion, and I hope they get to play against Egypt. I don't want any excuses. Get them capped up, show them that you actually appreciate them, and it's not just some political thing you're doing at the NFF level. And then the next name is someone that I've been calling for to be called up to the Nigerian Super Eagles, and that's Chrisantus Uche. Chrisantus Uche is a very, very good player, an outstanding, very good midfielder for Getafe. Powerful, can go box to box, can be two-way, and I think it's very important. If indeed he's being called up, I think that means Chelle knows what he's doing, because if he wants to play his formation, this 4-3-1-2 formation, that means you have 3 central midfield roles, in the team. So you need to have the 3 that would start, you need them to perform at a high level, and you need to have another 3 that can come off the bench if they need to. So I think Chrisantus Uche, that is a very, very good choice. I've called for him to be called up. If he's indeed been called up in that 31-man list, that would be an amazing news in my opinion. So what are your thoughts and opinions on these various call-ups? What do you think about them? Are you happy about the call-ups? Do you think there's any other player that should be invited, to Nigerian Super Eagles? Now, for me, I think Chuba Bomb should be given a look. Now he plays for Lille. He scored, I think, on his debut. So I think he should be given a look as well. And I think Ebenezer Akinsimiro, one other player that I've been talking about, I think he should as well, be given a call-up to the Nigerian Super Eagles, because I think he is phenomenal. He is phenomenal. I rate him slightly above Chrisantus Uche, which is saying a lot. And, because he brings something different. Chrisantus Uche has that power, he has that box-to-box ability, he can take on his man. But with one thing that Ebenezer Akinsimiro has above all the central midfield options that Nigeria has at the minute, which is the ability to control games. I'm sure that's why Andrea Pirlo, the former coach of Sampdoria, signed him, insisted on getting him on loan from Inter Milan, because That was the kind of midfielder, Pele was. He had the ability to control the pace of the game, dictate how those AC Milan and Juventus sides and the Italian sides, how they attack, how they defended, And I think Ebenezer Kinsimiro has the potential to be even better than Andrea Pirlo. Now, I know that might seem to be a crazy statement at this point in time, but I think he has the potential to be, because he has the ability to control the pace of the game, and as well, he has the physicality. He has physicality that Andrea Pirlo never ever had. Andrea Pirlo was just a guy who was very cerebral. You know, he could read the game 3 or 4 moves ahead, pick the right spots to be in, pick the right pass to make. But I think Ebenezer Kinsimiro has both. He has that physicality, and then he has the ability to control the pace of the game, to pick the right pass, to dictate the play. And I think that is something special. We have a lot of central midfielders. Ralph Onyedika is very good, an excellent player. I think he will be, a big time player. I think he will make a move to a big club this summer, hopefully, because the way he's been playing, he's been phenomenal. But for me, I think Ebenezer Kinsimiro just has that little gold sprinkling of gold dust on him. So I think he should be the next one called up. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he is called up. He's called up to the next Super Eagles fixtures, or the next Super Eagles set of games, international games, the World Cup qualifiers in March. So let's see. I think gradually we are seeing names pop out that are meant to be in that one-man list. Hopefully, we get to see more interesting names. Hopefully, let's look at Uche. Hopefully, Uche Maker, get to be called up into the national team. And then from the under-20 side of things, it's good that Abube, Onuchukwu has been invited. It's good that Dubem Eze has been invited, and I hope to see them. But as well, let's not forget Areri Parabo. I hope and I hope and I hope that no one is sleeping on this boy, because he's a phenomenal talent. I hope no one is sleeping on him. And he scored, the winner in the Wafu B tournament that allowed the team to get to where they are now. And I hope he is called up. No excuses whatsoever, because I think that player, he's a phenomenal player. And indeed, he has everything it takes to get to the very, very top. So at this point, we've come to the end of the video. But I'd like to say thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, subscribing to the channel, clicking the notification bell so you're notified each time I go live. And thanks for the comments. Keep the comments coming in, because I like to, talk to you, and it's nice that you like to see me and you like to hear what I have to say about football in general, Nigerian football, Chelsea, and the Premier League and things like that. But it's also very important for me to see what you have to say, and I do read the comments. I do. So at this point, I want to say, do have a fantastic rest of your day, and stay well and stay blessed. Bye bye.